So 4 years ago on my channel, I produced a video called Zwift for Beginners.
The devices that need pairing up, simply press OK and off you go. Currently there's only one map to ride, but I'm sure that's going to change. It's an island called Watopia.
Now, back in that day, it was a lot simpler than it is now. So we thought we'd revisit the video and take a look how a beginner gets on in Zwift. So when you're riding Zwift, not only are you going to need Zwift, the app, you're also going to need the hardware to go with it. Now, in my opinion, it's better to save as much money as you can and invest heavily in your equipment. When it comes to hardware, my motto is buy cheap, buy twice. It's always worth investing as much money as you can, especially into your smart trainer. However, if you are on a budget, I would still recommend going for a direct drive as opposed to a wheel-on trainer. Once you've invested all that money in those turbo trainer tires, you'll have spent just as much money on a direct drive. So, my opinion, go for direct drive. So this right here, this is probably the most important part of your Zwift setup. This is the AMP Plus dongle. You plug this into your computer gives that information to Zwift from that smart trainer, and that's how your avatar moves. So you might have noticed that I don't have a front wheel, and that's because I'm using the Kicker Climb. I'm pretty much set up on the Wahoo ecosystem here. So we've got the Kicker 18 at the back, we've got the Kicker Climb on the front. As the gradients change on Zwift, the Kicker Climb is going to react to that and either go up if you're going up a hill, and obviously back down it goes to -10. And on the front there I've got the Kicker headwind, which is going to keep me nice and cool throughout my whole ride. How many times have you turned on Zwift, got yourself set up, jumped on your bike, started riding, and then realised you forgot to turn your fan on? Well, with the headwind, you don't even need to worry about that. It's all controllable via your phone, so you never have to get off your bike again. Ever. You can stay on it forever. And then obviously I've got the Wahoo desk here, just to put my computer on. It's very, very good. It's very stable. But you don't need all this if you're on a budget. This is the creme de la creme when it comes to Zwift experiencing, and this is as immersive as you're going to get it unless you're out on the real roads. But anyway, less about the hardware and let's take a look at the software and how we get into Zwift. So first things first, head over to Zwift.com, click on the download tab, and that takes you through to the download page where you can install it for iOS, Mac or Windows. It's obviously available on Apple TV. A lot of people are using it on Apple TV nowadays, and then go through the usual procedure of actually installing things onto your laptop or computer or mobile, whatever it is. Here you're going to be able to register yourself or enter all your details of your username and password, and then you get to this screen here, which is the pairing screen. Now in the top left corner there you can see the little AMP Plus is searching for AMP Plus devices. If it's not searching, it'll be dark grey like the Bluetooth is on the right hand side, but if it's shining and it's blinking, then it is looking for AMP Plus devices. Once you've clicked Let's Go, this is the first screen that's going to appear in Zwift, and this is the pairing devices screen. So as you can see, top left hand corner, your AMP Plus dongle is lit up and it is looking for AMP Plus devices. On the right next to that is your Bluetooth, and if you've got a Bluetooth switched on, it'll appear in white just like the AMP Plus. If not, it'll stay dark grey. So click search on power source, and that's going to bring up all the power sources available to you, which is probably going to be your power meter if you're using power meters, or your smart trainer. So select from the options which power source you want, and in the bottom right hand corner that sometimes links up that controllable, but we'll just show you there, that's how you do it separately. Always connect to the FEC if there is one available on the controllable smart trainer device. That is going to adjust your gradient. So once you're in Zwift, once you're riding along, if that gradient goes up or down, that smart trainer is going to change your resistance. Go up a hill, the resistance is going to become harder. Go down a hill, the resistance is going to become easier. And that is one of the main reasons why you should be buying a smart trainer. Bottom right hand corner there, you can change your language. You can also add your heart rate monitoring if you've got one, and also your cadence sensor. If you're going old school, then you can simply add your cadence sensor and your speed sensor, and then Zwift's algorithm will give you a rough idea of how many watts you're putting out for the speed you're doing, the weight you are, the height you are, and give you a rough estimate of wattage. But ideally, you're going to be sat on a smart trainer here, so that power measurement is going to be accurate. Now, once you've clicked off of this next screen, you can't get back into it unless you log into Zwift again. So before you go rushing around and just riding, let's just take a quick look at what's going on here. Bottom right hand corner, you've got a guest world schedule. So the Watopia map is constantly on. Day in, day out, you can ride Watopia. But now you get a world choice, so you can ride Watopia and one other choice. And if you look at that calendar, it's going to show you exactly what map is available on the day you're riding. So we've got London in blue, Richmond in white, New York in pink, and Innsbruck in green. So depending on the date, will determine what other world you're going to be able to ride. So under that, you've got the add a goal. So you can add a training goal, whether that's kilometers, hours ridden, whatever it might be, you can do it there. Right in the middle here at the top is the world choice. So we're currently on Innsbruck, and that gives you a list of routes if you click on the routes there. And then under these, you've got various different routes. So if you just want to let Zwift do all the work and dictate to you where you're going to go, so we'll click on Watopia, and it's exactly the same again there. So you can click on the routes, and it's going to take you through all the different routes that you can take on Watopia. It gives you a distance, how long a full lap of that route is, and how many meters you're going to be climbing in that time. Figure of 8 reverse, 29.6 kilometers, 254 meters of climbing. Loads of different routes on Watopia, and by far still the most popular map on Zwift. Top right hand corner, we have upcoming events. So these are the events that are going to be happening in the next couple of hours. As you can see here, we've got the Herds Friday Kibitz. I have no idea what that is, but the little circle with the letter in it, that determines what kind of group ride it is. So you've got A category, B category, C category, and D category. E stands for everybody. Once you're into Zwift a little bit more, you're going to work out your FTP. If you already know that, that's great, but if not, you'll be able to do a workout later on in Zwift that will determine your FTP, and that's going to give you an idea of what category you should be riding in. A category being the fattest? No. A category being the fittest riders on Zwift, and then making your way down to the B, C, D, and the E is potentially for anybody, both fit and unfit, seasoned veterans at Zwift and people that are brand new to it. So if you want to join an event there, you just hover above that event and it'll ask you, do you want to join? Join? And if you want to join it, simply click on it. It gives you a time indication of when it's going to be starting. It gives a little orange box that tells you you're going to that event, tells you how many people are actually in the event in the grey, and then the blue is if any of your friends are riding on Zwift. So next here, we can join another Zwifter. So if you've got a list of friends that are Zwifting and they're currently Zwifting, it will let you know here. If you just want to join a random Zwifter and just ride along with them, so if someone's riding at the pace that you want to be riding at, then by all means, click on one of their names. So I want to ride with Nello. I'm going to ride with Nello. Click on that and it'll take you straight to the world where they currently are. If you don't want to do that and you just want to ride, then you can simply click Ride. Here is another relatively new concept in Zwift, and this is the training, workout and plans page. So on the left of the two top options, you've got workouts. So these are a vast array of different kind of workouts. So here we're looking at the time trial specific. 4 different workouts that you can do in there, and you can simply pick these workouts and just do them in your own time. There's no set routine of when you need to do these workouts or how often you need to do these workouts. If you feel like you want to do one of these workouts and you want to increase specific strength for TTs, then you could just jump into this workout at any point. So you'd simply pick the workout, it'd tell you how long you're going to be working out for. The graph will show you exactly what you're going to be doing around your FTP. So you can see here that this FTP is set at 356 watts. So all the intervals are set based around that rider's FTP, or functional threshold power. Exactly the same for you. If your FTP was 100, this graph would change, so it would all be relative to your FTP. If you don't want to do that and you want to do some more specific work, you can do what they call the FTP builder, and that'll go through 6 weeks of programming where you decide what day you're going to be training on and just go through those workouts. As you can see, there is loads of workouts here. FTP tests, as it sounds, you can actually test your FTP with a full FTP test, a shorter version of that, or now a ramp test. Custom workouts are a great way of making your own workout, taking the guesswork out of your actual training session. So if you have a specific session that you want to do, you can actually build it within Zwift. If you know you need to be riding in, let's say, zone 4 for 5 minutes, zone 2 for 5 minutes, you can pick the zones that you want to be riding in, and then you can change that duration. You can actually change that power in there as well. So if you've got a specific power that you want to work to, then you can add it in here, and you can add pretty much everything you want to. So I want to be riding at 200 watts there. Boom. It also allows you to change the name of the workout. So, you know, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to call it the ramp up test, you can add your description so you know what you're doing. or what kind of a workout it is in there. Also along the bottom it displays it in watts or your percentage of FTP. The stress score, if you maintain full effort during this workout, however you've set it up, it will give you a stress score. This one is currently 55 and it shows you there with a little star that there's 7 segments to this workout. So back to the main page, and we're just going to go for a ride today. So simply click ride. It's going to take us straight to Utopia. So here we go, we're on the main screen here. So if we have a look around the screen, I'll tell you everything you need to know. Top left of the screen is where your data is going to be shown to you. So if our rider here had a cadence sensor, it would have the RPM there. Same with the heart rate monitor there, so it'd have your heart rate there. And then that's probably most important, that's your wattage, or how many watts you're putting out, how much power you're putting out on the bike. In the middle here, you've got your XP level. So currently this rider is at 35. The orange bar across the middle of that goes up as you gain XP by simply riding. On the right hand side there is drops, and that's basically Zwift currency. You're going to be able to go to the drop shop and upgrade your equipment now. And the way you get drops is simply by burning calories, getting ride-ons and working your butt off on Zwift. Up hills, down hills, wherever you want to go. On the right hand side is a overhead map, and just gives you an idea of who's Zwifting around you. Bottom left, that takes you to the menu. Once you start riding, that comes down, but simply clicking a mouse button, that'll bring that back up. And then we'll take a quick look in the garage. In your garage now, in your garage is where you can find all your equipment. Your frames, your wheels, yourself, and all your protective gear and clothing. So here in my garage, well, this rider's garage, it's not mine, I wish it was. We have pretty much any bike you could wish for in Zwift. Next to that, we've got wheels, same again. Once you purchase wheels from that drop shop, they're going to appear here in that garage, and then you can select them. So if you want to go climbing, you could select a specific climbing wheel, or if you're going to be on a flat TT course, again, go for a TT wheel. Next to that is me, so my profile. I can change my hair, I can change the colour of my hair, I can change my facial hair if I want to grow a beard or have a shave. I can change my skin tone if I've been on holiday as well. Let's have a nice beard with some cool glasses. Here we can change our headgear, so we can put a protective helmet on or a protective flat cap. I don't know how protective that will be. And here we've got glasses. You can see that some glasses aren't unlocked until further levels as well. So those jerseys, loads left to unlock there, but you also pick jerseys up via promo codes, via actually riding with groups, or if you're part of a team on Zwift. Same with gloves and socks and shoes. There's various different options to choose from. On the right hand side is the drop shop. Now this is where you can spend all those drops, all those hard earned drops. Got a variety of different bike manufacturers there that you can skip through and have a look. We're going to pick Scott here, the Scott foil. You can sometimes modify the colours on some bikes, on others you can't, but if you want to buy it, hit the cash, hit confirm, and then you can skip or equip that bike there and then, and you can get going on it. Exactly the same with the wheels. So head into the drop shop wheel shop, and you can see the different manufacturer of wheels there. Plenty to choose from. Some manufacturers have more wheels than others. For instance, Envy, they have 5 selections of wheels, whereas Mavic only have 3. Roval only have 1. Into the settings now, and this is where you can see all your different options. So here you can turn your music up or down, or just turn it off. You can change your game resolution, so if you've got a really powerful computer, you can run it at 4K, which does look pretty cool, to be honest. The trainer difficulty can be off or at maximum, so depending if you want the full realistic feel, if you want a 10% gradient to feel like a 10% gradient, then you'd put it to the maximum. If you want it off, so there's 0 change in that resistance, I don't know why you do that if you've got a smart trainer, then you can do. Screen modes, power displays, leaderboards, measurements, you can change all those as well to your liking. You can have image uploading always on, or when you decide you want to upload an image. Group chat's on, you can hide it so you don't get bombarded with messages. Language filters and workout pain effect. Turn that workout pain effect off. It's one thing that I detest when it comes to Zwift and training sessions. So here we are in the screen and we are ready to ride. So now before we do get riding, one thing I will suggest you do, and it is link up any third-party apps that you might use. So for instance, I use Strava, so I connect my Strava straight up to Zwift, so any ride that I complete on Zwift is going to be shown in my Strava account. Same with if you're on today's plan, Training Peaks, Map My Run, Technogym, Garmin, whatever it might be. And also if you're going to be racing, it's always worth heading over to zwiftpower.com and registering yourself there. But you can do that another day, don't worry about that today. And you'll find that in zwift.com once you've logged in the Connections tab. So off we go, we're now riding. So you can see the rider's watts on the left hand side there. You can see the kilometers ticking up in the center. You've got the overall time that you've been riding, how many meters you've climbed. Currently 0, but that's not surprising. We've only been going, what, 1 minute now? And there's your speed as well at the top, 33, 34 kilometers an hour. So, 600 meters of riding. That was, for a sprinter, that's a long day in the saddle. Once you finish your ride, you can click the menu in the bottom left-hand corner. You can click End Ride. That's going to bring up your ride report. So here you'll get an idea of exactly what you've done now, depending how far you've gone and how long you've done. You'll get different stats, obviously. So you've got average power, how far you've gone, how long you've been riding for, and how many slices of pizza or how many calories you've burned. This is the timeline in the middle, and it shows you your wattage as you went through your whole workout. You can also add cadence and add heart rate if you have those two connected. TSS is your training stress score, or how hard you physically worked in that effort. A score of 100 TSS is basically 1 hour at threshold power. Here's your critical power line, and the orange one is your current ride, the grey line is your all-time best. And here is where you end the ride. You can keep it private, you can make it public for everybody else to see and give you kudos for, or you can just share it amongst your followers. You can change the activity title. If you want to, you can discard of it. If you want to, you can also save and exit, and that'll throw it out to the third-party apps. So kit up, jump on your bike, and get on Zwift. So there you have it. You are no longer a Zwift beginner, and hopefully we'll see you out on the roads of Watopia very soon, and hopefully you'll be in a race with me. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. And if you have got any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below for us.